Hey, hello farmers, and welcome back to the Pacific Northwest. We are coming down here to grab our silage bales, and I just realized I might have a problem. Hopefully it only auto-loads the silage bale, so I gotta keep my distance away from those hay bales. But the price for silage bale, or silage at the barn, is $189. So, not too bad. I should have a full trailer, not have to worry about. Yeah, I should have a full trailer. One, we need the cash to pay the loan interest at midnight. And two, I've got something that's going to solve, I don't want to say solve an issue or a problem, but our tree farm up in the Northern Plateau, we're going to solve that today, and pretty darn quick, I hope. We shall see here. But let's go ahead and sell these bales first. Luckily, what I need to place down, I need like 100 grand for. So let's go ahead and unload those. So yeah, we got $142,000 from that. Not bad. I will take that. So what I need to do now is drop off this flatbed here. I'll drop it off somewhere. Then I need to go all the way over to the house. I need to grab the logging trailer and head up to the Northern Plateau. And that is where I'll meet you next. Right now, I got the Case Quadratech. I ended up taking that cultivating job for field 33. You know, 7 grand. And at first, I think last episode, I don't want to drive the Case Quad all the way over there. I think it took me like 30 seconds. So I don't know what I was griping about, but had to find something, right? So, but it's over there. The Fent is going ahead and planting down barley in our 3 fields over there. So in a couple days, we can bring that barley over to our bakery and get that up and running again, because that's been days since that's been running. I do have a good amount of sugar pallets that I could sell right now, but the price is so no. I got a whole, you can see what I got there and what I got over there by the greenhouses. And then I hope to get to the last field up in the Northern Plateau. With the class tractor, we need to plant our last field of oats in field number 3 up by their agro wholesales. So yeah, I want to get this thing up and running in the upper plateau by the tree farm, and then we're going to hop on over to the class tractor and seed field number 3 while our tree farm situation starts producing what we need to produce. So I'm going to go over and grab the logging trailer, and I'll meet you up at the tree farm. And yeah, I'll show you what I have in mind. Well, this took a little time setting up. I have a little more money than before. A couple reasons. One, the logging trailer at the house was full of logs, so I sold that. I got like 30 grand from that. And we got the tanker up here because I need diesel fuel. And I thought the Joskin trailer that I had up here would accept diesel fuel and does not. So I had to go down and grab this trailer. I sold the slurry at the BGA. I didn't get no money from that, but I will at midnight. But I have about 1,000 liters of diesel fuel in there. I also turned the truck off. I collected the contract from field 33 for cultivating, and I moved the Dutes Fire from one field to the other, so they are now seeding field 31. So 29 and 30, good to go with barley. This will be done shortly. He'll move on to this next. I got weeds infesting down here, so I need to get the Vultra up and going. We'll see that shortly, but right now we're going to go spend probably right around $100,000. I think it's what it's going to cost us. But it's going to be for this thing right here. The Gents Chipper by Stevie. Basically, you fill up with diesel fuel and you put logs down. And it takes the logs and turns into chippers. The question is, which way do I want this facing? Let's turn the HUD on as well, so I can see how much terraforming I'm going to have to do here. I'm just trying to see what side is what, and I cannot really tell. Let's just move it up here a little bit more. Control. That raises the price. That lowers the price. Yoink. Down. Taken care of. The dog likes it. So how much terraforming did it do? I mean, a lot to where you got to smooth it around here. Something Oh yeah, so it's off a little bit. No, I don't want the chainsaw. Let's go in here and go landscaping. And that's smoothing. No, that was the wrong button there, Peanut. But I think it's going to work out for you in a way. We will smooth out. This would cost a little bit of cash, but not too much. Can I zoom in here? Of course I can zoom in. Let's go ahead and raise. Actually, flatten is probably the best thing I can do to start with. So let's bring up here and flatten to make it nice and smooth around here. When I mean smooth, I mean even. And then what we'll do here is then we'll smooth it around the edges. A little bit of landscape. I just lost some logs there because I landscaped where the logs are. That was kind of dumb, so I just lost a couple grand on logs, but it's okay. It's okay. It'll be all right. He says calmly. Meanwhile, raging on the inside. All right, that's good enough for now. It served its purpose. Let's go here and get our diesel fuel into the chipper. So the reason why we're doing this is, as far as I know, there's no place up on the northern plateau to sell the wood directly, so you got to bring it down. And you all know that if you've done logging before and put logs in trailers like that, if you try to overload it, which I always do, gets top heavy, it takes a while to get somewhere. So we can sell wood chips up here, so that's why we're putting down this little fella, so we can chop trees down, make some wood chips, and not have to go far with it. I'm assuming it's in here for diesel fuel. There we go, diesel fuel. Okay, accepts that. I did not know how much diesel fuel it took, and I didn't want it filled up. So that's 1,000 liters. So it takes 10,000 liters of diesel fuel. All right, no problem. Now that we know, we know. I assume I'm going to have to put the logs in there because the pipe to take out the wood chips is over here. I'm brilliant. All right, let's go ahead and grab our logging trailer, start picking up some of these logs. So instead of just chopping down these trees and replanting them and selling the land, we can kind of use this as a good little production factory, if you will. So we can keep the land, just got to keep replanting trees now and then. And I'll probably do that before we go ahead and finish logging up here. But I mean, I got logging to do down there, so I need to switch this to the left. Let's turn this on, and the good news is I don't have to go far with these logs, but the logging trailer would have to stay up here. Let's get the ones closest to the chipper taken away. Eventually want to get the lower plateau down by the house all situated. Then I can move some of the equipment back up here and keep the wood chipper going like 24/7. Now, I did a little test on another map, and it's not like it's going to make wood chips really, really fast. It's kind of a slow process, but I mean, like overnight, I should have like a full, I would assume full capacity. I don't know how much this takes, so let's go ahead and turn that off. And then all I have to do really is just drive up here. And switch auto load to the other side, and if I unload it, oh, that's the wrong button, wrong implement to unload. Not really close enough, but it is taking most of the logs there. Like I said, I don't know what the capacity of this thing is. I was near it to kind of find out. Let's just go ahead and there we go. So if I come over here, oh wow, that can take a lot of logs. Yeah, it's only 17% full. Yeah, so it's got a digital display there, digital display here. I don't know how much it can hold on the output, but that's fine. But we got a good start there, and of course we got 1,000 liters of diesel. So we're gonna let this sit here and run. That's what you'll have to do. So like I said, you can see it's taking logs, but nothing's showing up, but it will. Trust me, he says. Let's go ahead. Okay, so we got to take care of a couple things. I got a message that this little fella is done working. I think the smart thing to do is go fill it up, because I do know, I've done this a couple times, that is not going to be enough to finish the third field. So let's go ahead over to our refill point, top this off with some seed and some fertilizer. Then we'll send them off on a job. And we're going to do the same thing up in field 3, except with the class tractor and our horse Pronto, and put down some oats. Upper Plateau's oats for all the horses that we now have. I think I've said that like a zillion times the last few episodes, but some people don't watch all of them, so that's why I keep reminding people what we're doing. And down here, this is the barley for the bakery. Barley for the bakery. Because we have plenty of wheat to go around. Yeah, might as well top me off here. So, I hope to get some wood chips, because we need like 120 grand by midnight. Let's see, what time is it? Yeah, I don't think our property income is going to be enough to get us where we need to be, so... The question is, how much are wood chips going for at the bioheating plant at the dairy station? 166. I'm not going to complain with that if you look at the other prices. Not bad at all. I mean, it's not going to bring in a whole bunch of cash, but it'll be something. Now at least we got the plant up there up and running, so that's something that I can always run in the background. Once I get the tree harvester back up there, I can cut down trees and like throw a whole bunch of trees in the morning. Go off, do some farming work, come back later on, just bring a trailer over, grab the wood chips, go make a quick sale, and it's a little extra cash. Once we get, we're almost done with the tree farming down here at the house for a while. I'm hoping to get to do the pond this upcoming weekend when I got some spare time, because I think it might go faster than what I think, but landscaping sometimes, you know, I'm going to have to turn autosave off and try it off camera and slowly build it and make sure it all goes well. Because it can be kind of a pain in the butt when you put down water, and then sometimes the water may not delete, but at least that's what I've been told. The water is hard to delete, but I've had no problems deleting it a couple times that I had to. You're good to go there. Put down that barley. I almost said oats. We're going to go ahead and do oats. So, yep, let's climb up. Climb up? Yeah, that's a long climb. And this machine is ready to rumble. Yeah, so that's why we're running at 1 times the speed, just because I wanted to get that chipper up and running. I don't know how long that diesel fuel will last for, but we'll see how long it goes. But now at least I know it takes 10,000 liters. I just don't want to put too much into the tanker and then not be able to get rid of it, because that would really stink. I was thinking the same thing, that little Joskin that I have from the beginning to fill up the sheep with water and our orchard with water. I thought that took diesel, but it must have been a modded one I had before, and I don't remember when. That could have been way back in 15 or 17 when I had that. So nope, that does not take diesel fuel. So then I had to go down and get the tanker, which was at the big slurry. So a lot of driving around, but at least I got to sell some wood from the house, and I got to put some slurry into the BGA. I do have some digestate sitting at the BGA, so I need to figure out, am I going to sell that, or am I going to try using it to slurry our fields? Because right now the cows and the pigs are giving us enough manure / slurry to do so. And also when I was driving past the cows, I was thinking, you know what, financially we're doing pretty darn good. The one thing I'm not happy with is the production of milk. Well, how do you produce more production of milk? Well, you get more cows. So we could be getting more cows in the future, because I still got plenty of silage at the BGA. So making total mix rations is not much of an issue. We got a nice big grass field where I can always make grass / hay. And straw, well, you know, we got, as you know, we're planting oats up here and barley down there. We're going to have plenty of straw. So anytime I need the straw, yeah, it's not that hard to get. So I did not think when I bought this class tractor a few weeks ago when the Platinum Edition came out, I didn't think I was going to be using the class tractor as much as I have so far up here. But now that since this is the only big tractor up here, because the T8 is down at the house doing wood chipping, Yeah, the Class tractor is the only thing down, excuse me, up here, other than the Voltra. Oh yeah, and I forgot, I should be getting that Voltra on the weeding. Because I don't want those to hit stage 2, because, well, then I'll have to use a sprayer. Not that there's nothing wrong with that sprayer. It's relatively cheap to use, really, but yeah, maybe we will just let it grow and use a sprayer some episode, because we don't use it that often. It'll give me something else to show differently. So just have to keep in mind, it was like, okay, 20 after 4 in the afternoons when I started that wood chipper, so it'll be kind of interesting to see how fast it makes it. When I was testing it, it wasn't extremely fast at all, but it's definitely better than trying to use one of the manual ones where you have to put it on the belt and it tries to get in there. I've tried those before, and you get one log and it goes in smooth. It's like, all right, this setup's working great. Then you start getting another log in there and it just won't suck it in, and it's like it's just aggravating. So I was like, nope, not going to do it. Not going to do it. But yeah, as for getting down to near under $40 million on the loan, we are just about there. I think we're like $300,000 short, and it's not going to be too hard. We're just waiting for the pricing to be right, because we got plenty of wool, plenty of eggs, a little bit of milk. We sold the silage, so there goes that. But we got sugar to sell. Yeah, and like I said, I would like to put down that Pepsi factory, but I think I need to try that on a test map, because Pepsi does not sell for that much cash, and I'm trying to think if it's 1 liter for 1 liter. I'd just rather sell the sugar outright rather than selling the Pepsi. But I would like to make Pepsi, because actually that's my preferable drink of soda, and it'll be interesting. Yeah, and who knew when I started putting down the first factory I'd have that many I mean, there's so many factories out there now. It's there's no way I could show them all. There's actually one out there now where you can put potatoes in and make potato chips. That'd be a great factory to put right next to the Pepsi factory, like a Frito-Lay kind of a thing going on there. I think that mod takes potatoes and sunflowers. Then someone mentioned that what they should do for that mod is where you have to actually build another factory and make it so that the potato chip factory takes oil, sunflower oil. So that means you have to take the sunflower oil or canola oil to a factory, and that makes cooking oil. And the modder is looking into that. I think the modder of that one was actually Edwards Modding, the same one that designed the house that we have, and also the sugar factory. I do believe so, yes. I'm like 99% sure. I'm quite unsure. But now that all of our fields are pretty much going to be all set, the Western Plateau, the lower Western Plateau, the cotton, sugar beet, and grass field are all double fertilized, all weeded. They're just waiting to be grown. The lower plateau is going to be all set in just a little while. And the only thing we have to do is maintain the upper plateau. Part of me is thinking to bringing like a spreader up here, because we got so much slurry going on. Just to save myself a hassle of having the Voltra going around fertilizing the field after we plant it. I might go ahead and get a smaller slurry that a tractor up here can occasionally use. Now the only thing I would probably have to do is put it on a worker, only because the worker can directly take it from the slurry pits. It's too bad that us ourselves can't. I would have to keep refilling it, which would kind of suck, because that would be a long drive back and forth. So maybe we'll just keep it as is for now. I'm just trying to find any ways to keep bringing in the cash. Just like the wood chipper, it costs us, we'll just say $100,000 to get it up and running. But in the long run, it's going to save me time from bringing the logs down. And like I said, that's something that can run in the background like it is now. And by the end of the day, I can just go ahead and sell a couple trailer loads of wood chips. Or just keep them until the wood chip price is good. Like I said, we're going to find out shortly Once I get a capacity of wood chips in there, we can kind of figure out how much it can hold. As we can see, it can hold a lot of logs, that's for darn sure. And 10,000 liters of diesel fuel, which can... 10,000 liters of diesel fuel does sound like a lot. That's probably going to cost like 12 grand in diesel fuel to fill it up. But overall, not too bad. Oh, and somebody did leave a comment in last episode, and the only way I kind of forgot to look, but they were asking how many hours I got into this map right now. This page, or this page, or this page, or this page. This page right here, time played, so 143 and a half hours. And that is on this Let's Play. I had a preview of Pacific Northwest in 19, and I don't know how many hours I got in that. And I also have a Let's Play that was like 80 some odd episodes long in 17. So I have many hours on the Pacific Northwest, so many that I'm starting to think that I live there. So yeah, plenty of hours, plenty of time doing work off screen. That's what it takes sometimes, a lot of work off screen. But the fun never stops. With occasional times of tirade and frustration, but most of the time it's fun. Like even when we tried to load the logs in the back of that train, and then the train took off and logs went everywhere because there's no place to strap them down. I'm glad I did not fill that train full of logs and go, yeah, we'll just bring it on down and sell them down there. I said, no, let's give it a test run. Yep, logs went flying everywhere because there's no way to strap them down that I know of. I am planting. Yeah, I am planting. I'm like, I do have this on notes, right? Because I didn't check. I just got in here. It just started planting without even looking. And oddly enough, the other day, I actually had an idea for starting a new Let's Play, but seeing I got the Pacific Northwest going, and now that Hazard County is really up and going, starting a third one, I guess I'll have to keep that for the future because it's no specific map. It's just a way to run or start. So it's going to be kind of interesting. Because I've been seeing these maps pop up. And the idea just came to me. So I think it came to me because I was... I don't want to give it away what I was trying to do. Or what I might do. But... you know, I might actually start it pretty soon because I'm rather interested in doing it. And like I said, with the Pacific Northwest, this is a series that I think it's going to go all the way through FS21 because, you know, we owe $40 million more. And it'll be nice to take a break from the Pacific Northwest once in a while. So maybe I'll introduce the third Let's Play at some point. It'll be kind of interesting. Yeah, I just got to find the correct map to do it on. And one just came out that really caught my eye for a couple reasons, but I haven't looked at it just yet. And I could start something there. And seeing some of the things I have seen lately will help us out. So, yeah, there might be a third Let's Play coming along. It won't be on season. It won't be seasons, I don't think. That'd be just too much for what I want to do. It's not going to be something like we're doing here, of, you know, just starting a farm with all the best equipment that we need and a lot of the land that we need, but giving us a big loan to pay off. It's not going to be anything like that. So. Yeah, I think it'll be rather interesting. It'll take some brain work a little bit, but I think it'll be fun. So maybe when in a couple weeks here in America we got Thanksgiving coming up, so I actually have 4 days off in a row. Woohoo! So maybe I'll look into it then and get it started for the holiday season or something. These are the things that I'm telling you right now. So usually when I take a jump cut and I say, I'll meet you at the end of the field or whatever, and I'm sitting there seeding, these are the thoughts that kind of going through my mind. So it's what you do when you're farming. You know, you're just sitting here driving slow circles, so your mind starts wandering off. Starts thinking of other things. And my mind never shuts off. Never. But, yeah, probably the best thing for me to do right now is just stay quiet for a while, and I'll give you some tunes to listen to, which means I'll be driving a little bit faster. Shouldn't be too long, though. I think we're more than halfway done with this field, so see you near the end.
Heading to Vegas in my blue striped car. She's riding shotgun and she looks like a star. Yeah, she's got the style that makes you think she's made out of gold. She says she likes it better when we go off-road. Yeah. I'm gonna make it worth your while. I'm gonna make it worth your time. I'm gonna make it worth your while. When she's with me, we're like superstars. Windows roll down, radio on. I think we could go far. We don't need money. We can skip that part. All I want is her to be with me. She's got a ticket to my heart.
I figure we got some time to do some weeding, and we don't need the Vulture for this because the crops are not even grown yet, so our tires should be fine for here. Not like I need the extra horsepower to pull this along, but we're in the tractor, we're at the farm, we're right there. We'll just grab the weeder and get to town. And oh, it hasn't got the whole field in yet. Okay, well, we'll do what I can, get this done. And when it comes back, I'll come back and get the last strip. Might even pop up before I finish this field because we're running at 1 times the speed, so it may take a while. And then after I get this field done, I'll get this guy in a worker, and he can start doing a couple of our other fields before the evening hours set in. And we're going to jump on back up to our tree farm and see how the wood chipper is getting along. And I think we'll grab the Volvo truck, go on down, and we'll make sure we fill that wood chipper up with some diesel fuel. Make sure it's good to go. I don't want it running out of fuel in the middle of the night and wake up and not have a full chipper or not have it work for about 12 straight hours. That would not be what it's there for. That thing's there to possibly run 24/7 if everything goes well. We got to make sure all our fields are in prime condition because when you owe $40 million, you need every little extra liter of seed, of every little grain that you can get. And we got 34 horses to feed, so we got to make sure, we get as much oats as we can. And there are the weeds starting to pop in, so yeah, I can finish this field for sure, not have to worry about it. I shouldn't say worry about it, just be a little bit less grown, I suppose. I mean, it's not the end of the world. But now that we're doing weeds, it does bring up a topic I think I've only talked about in Hazard County, and that's because we're running seasons on that map, is the weeds and seasons do not seem to concern me at all, because in the base game, as you can see, when you get weeds, you're going to get weeds across the whole field. It's like growing another crop in the field. In seasons, it's patchy, which I do like, but since I'm only in season 1, I don't know if the weeds are going to get worse, but I'm just ignoring the weeds because I just got small patches here and there. And I'm like, yeah, I'll just ignore the weeds for now. It's not that bad. Maybe after a couple of years after not weeding the fields or putting down herbicide, maybe the weeds will get worse and worse and it'll take up more of the field to make it worth the doing. But if that's the case, I'll find out in a few weeks' time. Yeah, where I last left Hazard County, I'm a little concerned because I got a field of corn that it looks like I'm not going to be able to harvest because, yeah, for some reason the crops, I'm in winter now, but since I'm playing in the southern of the states, I can harvest the first couple days of winter, but the crops are staying wet all day long even though it hasn't rained. Not that my cornfield is ready for harvest anyways, well, part of it is. I'm hoping that next time I log in, I zoom through the afternoon a little bit more and I can harvest what corn is ready for harvest on that. And I got a few grass fields on there as well. Learning how to play with seasons all over again, for the most part. Alright, 2 more passes, 1 for this part in the field, and like I said, I assume the weeds have all grown down there. Just getting a headland done down here by the sheet, so the worker doesn't have too much of an issue. Occasionally the worker, if I don't do it the headland with an implement this wide, will drive on down and get stuck on their water feed trough over there, so it doesn't take me long to do it, so I just go ahead and do it. That way it saves me some trouble while I'm off doing some other things, like visiting a wood chipper to see what's going on with it. So it's been just about a half an hour. Oh, and I can visit the wood chipper. Can I click on the wood chipper? Can I click on anything? There we go. Why is the light just means that it's running? So I'm not going through much diesel fuel. I've gone through like maybe 10 liters in an hour. So I got plenty of diesel fuel. Plenty of logs, and well, only 2,500 wood chips, so which is still at 0%. So I may not be selling any wood chips today, but what we are going to do is, am I still attached to this? Yes, we are. Let me turn on the HUD because I have no idea. It's on the right. So we'll turn that on. And there's going to be a bit of a bump here because of the placeable. Let's go ahead and pick up some other logs, so it's going to be full for a while, I'm sure. So yeah, that's why you can say what I'm seeing is we can let it run all day long, make some wood chips, and then by the end of the day come up and sell them. That log that somehow got in there crossways is just going to be a pain in my you-know-what. Let's go ahead and switch sides. I keep waiting for that log that's on the side. I think it looks like it's on the ground to me a couple times, and they're like, how come that's not loading? That's because it's stuck on your trailer. How come you did not load? Huh? Get on the trailer. Get on the trailer. Thank you. And now with some of these logs I can terraform a little bit better. Oh, I can only have to unload from the trailer, just drive over it. Alright. Let's go pick up all the rest of the lumber that we have here, so it's good to go for a while. And plus it cleans up my mess that I have up here. Oh, it's on the left. I need to switch it to the right. There we go. And it's funny, sometimes these logs, you get occasional one that doesn't want to load up, and you're like, why won't it load up? You don't ask questions, you just go backwards and forwards, and eventually it does. So I will try to remember to leave a link in below for this wood chipper. Ignore some of the comments that says it will not fill with diesel fuel. You saw me do it, so you know it does. There is the trigger that shows me. Oh, there it is. Wow, so I only got like 37% full of wood, or logs, I should say. And the wood chips, it's going up slowly. Not too bad. So right now I probably get, what, just not even $1,000 for that? But it's something. It's better than me bringing the wood on down. Matter of fact, I'm not even too concerned about the diesel fuel right now. How is our Seadrill doing? Oh, he finished as well. Perfect. Growing. We finished that contract there. Hopefully we'll get a contract in that field. Our fields are growing down here. Double fertilize, no weeds. Double fertilize, no weeds. That's what we want to see. Yeah, I'll take care of that as soon as we take care of this and this. But I'll be doing this, and I'm pointing at the weeds, by the way. Sometimes I got to remember that when I record. It doesn't record the arrow on the screen. Yeah, so right now I'm circling where our worker is. Taking care of the weeds there off camera, along with fields 11 and 12, and then field number 4. Ta-da! We'll take care of those weeds, and I'm sure when we wake up in the next morning, field 3 and 4 have some more weeds in it. But I do have to find a way to make us a little bit more cash before I go to bed. And I do got things I could sell, like sugar. I mean, the price for sugar is not that bad at the bakery. The meat price is kind of getting up there. And what else do I have that I can I don't have no bread. I can sell digestate, really. I got tons of it if I wanted to, but that means bringing my trailer back down. I don't want to do that. So how's the wool prices looking? I like to see $800 there. The egg price is not that good either. Milk prices not that good either. I do have a lot of sunflower. Maybe I'll sell some sunflower just to get me enough cash. Or soybean. Soybean's not that great. Corn and potatoes. I do have some canola as well. So I got some stuff I could sell. I'll just have to figure it out. So next episode, I don't know where we'll begin. I don't know if it'll be the next day or the rest of this afternoon, but I know one thing right now. That's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you next time on the Pacific Northwest. But until then, have a good one. What do you mean $1,300 for wage payments? I'm trying to earn money.